western side of the state.
Yes, guys, and it's me, James Davis.
Carrollton and Reform. That's Alabama Highway 17 right here. It also includes Aliceville. This cell with a possible tornado is moving north-northeast up toward the US 82 corridor. That's Alabama Highway 14 right here that runs from Aliceville back over to Pickensville. And again, we got a circulation back in there. Let's go to the high-resolution radar. This is going to be the velocity display. And again, this is the area of concern right here. That's that rotation and velocity. Again, Aliceville is here, Highway 14 going back up to Pickensville. So we have potential now of a tornado that might be down in Pickens County in West Alabama. This is about 40 to 45 miles due west of Tuscaloosa. Let's go back to the main graphic system. And again, we've got a lot of things we'll be looking at here. But first off, I want to point out who's in and who's out. In Pickens County, those in the polygon include obviously Aliceville, the rotation very close to Aliceville, maybe near Saps, the community that was hit by a tornado a couple of years ago. It includes Carrollton. This is the county seat of Pickens County right here. It does include the city of Reform. And if we can expand this up northward, Charles, I want to point out this does not include the city of Gordo. Gordo is right. Right here on US 82, and that's the polygon here. So the polygon does not include Gordo. It does include Reform. You know the deal. Respect the polygon. If you are in that area we're talking about here, this polygon, you need to go to a safe place, a small room on the lowest floor near the center, away from windows. No cars, no mobile homes. And again, as we've talked about today, these are not the classic tornadoes like we have in the springtime and the late fall. These are tropical showers. In fact, there's not much lightning with these, and these tend to be short-lived. But sometimes they can produce a lot of damage. We've had that happen before. If you recall back in Inslee and Fairfield back in June, that was a tropical tornado that came through the western part of Birmingham. So again, we are now on a tornado warning in effect for Pickens County in West Alabama. That will be in effect, Charles, until, let me pull this up here, 4 p.m. 4 o'clock this afternoon. That's in about 45 minutes. More than likely, this will be canceled or reconfigured before 4 o'clock. We have a Skycam over in Reform, and that's going to be in the path of this. We have learned over the years through social science studies that you tend to perform a little better in terms of taking action if you can actually see a tornado. Of course, the problem is we can't always have a camera on every tornado. But again, this camera at Reform Elementary School is going to be fairly close to the action with this particular cell. So we're going to watch this very carefully. And again, this is going to be a day where a lot of this is obscured. But as the thunderstorms become more cellular in nature, we do have a chance of seeing some of the maybe the backside of these things. So again, that's a Skycam at Reform. We'll watch that carefully. Let's go back to the radar. And if you're just joining us, we apologize for the interruption of program, but longtime viewers know that if we have a tornado warning in any part of our viewing area, we go on the air and we stay on the air. We'll do that until at least 4 o'clock this afternoon. In addition to this, of course, there's a tornado watch for basically the western half of the state. That's been in effect for several hours. It's been quiet so far. Most all of the tornado warnings so far have been out of the Weather Service offices in Memphis and Jackson, Mississippi. Memphis, Tennessee, Jackson, Mississippi. But this is the first one for our state. There's your tornado watch. Morgan, Coleman, Blunt, Jefferson, Shelby, Chilton, Bend, Perry, and the counties back off to the west. And that's the tornado warning polygon. Tuscaloosa here, Birmingham here. We have no severe weather affecting Tuscaloosa or Birmingham. This is exclusively now in Pickens County. Let's go to a larger radar view, just kind of give you a big picture. And of course, if you're in East Alabama, you are not under any type of watch or advisory. So east of I-65, things are quiet here. The Birmingham Metro, again, nothing going on right now. We have a lot of schools that are dismissing at this hour. Some schools did let out earlier today. But obviously the concern is for Pickens County. Again, Tuscaloosa, no problems now in Tuscaloosa County, and that rotating storm in Pickens County will not be affecting Tuscaloosa County. That will affect either Lamar or Fayette counties if it maintains its identity. Headed up toward either Kennedy or Fayette, Belk, some of those communities up in that zone through there. And again, you can see all of these spiral bands are wrapping back into the circulation of what we all knew is Tropical Storm Harvey. Currently, it's just the remnant circulation, but that circulation is over the Mississippi Delta, south of Memphis. Flash flooding in progress in Memphis. We have a flash flood warning in effect for Shelby County, Tennessee. And over here in this quadrant, this is where we have the possibility of these small spin-up tornadoes. And again, I say small spin-up. Most of them are, not necessarily all of them, but they certainly can be dangerous. And this one spiral band whipped into West Alabama about 15, 20 minutes ago. And after a lull, this has certainly been a line that has been increasing. The parameters certainly favor severe storms today. We have dew points up in the mid-70s. Temperatures are in the 80s. The wind out of the southeast at the surface veering around to the west up in the high altitude, sending these updrafts into motion. So let's go back into that one storm. We'll put on the single site radar and take a look at this and maybe some storm attributes on this. This is a tornado warning for Pickens County and the western side of the state. We have the possibility of a tornado now that would be right in this region right here, near Saps or Aliceville, moving in a north-northeast direction. And again, these are some of the communities in the path of this storm. You can see the approximate arrival times here. And again, we stress when we show these things, this doesn't mean it's going to arrive to the exact minute. It's just an approximate arrival time. You can see it might make it up to Kennedy in Lamar County about 4 o'clock. Millport, more than likely, this is going to be somewhere between Millport and Kennedy. We're showing Reform here at about 3:42 this afternoon, moving pretty quickly, moving northeast at about 40, 45 miles an hour. The tornado impact number is of 4.1. The higher that number goes up toward 10. That means that the tornado threat is higher, but certainly 4 is very significant. So again, we're going to double box. You'll see our Skycam at Reform that is in the path of this thunderstorm with a possible tornado, and the radar at the same time. So that's the current situation. This developed pretty quickly, Charles. You know, we were sitting here thinking maybe we'll get away with nothing. We sat here for 3 hours, and then boom, happened all of a sudden.
Yeah, you know, a little sunshine broke through for a little while out there, and that might be just enough to kick it off. I mean, the dew point there in Reform is 74. Temperature's down a bit. This rain starting to set in, but it really picked up quickly, and I think, you know, this is just that next band to come in here that we'll be watching for, and it's going to be one of those days where you call it whack-a-mole, and that's what it's exactly like. You got
I bet you a lot of people haven't played whack-a-mole. It's a very frustrating game.
It is, but then, you know, this is probably one of the better signatures I think we've seen on the radar. You get that classic, that hook coming around there, that C shape coming in towards Saps at the moment, headed up towards Carrollton, and usually, these will be quick up and down and gone. And this one really took a little while to get together. We're looking on different products, and it looks like maybe this one's going to hold together for a minute. They've had the broken line of rain coming through, and these storms are moved fairly quickly through a pretty ripe air mass, I think, through the rest of the afternoon till the sun goes down. That's generally our make or break it time through about 7 o'clock this evening. Once the sun goes down, it should begin to quiet down pretty quickly.
Yeah, we're watching Charles the velocity display as well, and we have the new dual polarization products, and we're not seeing any debris that's being lofted so far with this storm. But again, these are low tops. These are not like these big storms in spring. In the spring, you can have storms that are 50, 60,000 feet. These things are way under 30,000 feet. And accordingly, the radar beam is shooting pretty high. And sometimes we just can't see what goes on down in the lower levels. But at this point, we're not seeing debris being lofted. But again, clearly there is storm rotation going on in here. In fact, let's go back to the high resolution radar that's going to have the velocity on it. Again, you can see right here, that's your velocity couplet. And this is the radar coming from Columbus Air Force Base. We got a pretty decent view from there looking back into this. And again, we'll check the Birmingham output. Let's do that right now while we're looking at this. We're going to change the radar from the Columbus, Mississippi next rad back over to the Birmingham next rad. To give us a different look at this thing.
It's a long way out. It's like 7,000 feet up, I think.
Yeah, that's way over 5,000 feet. And again, the resolution is clearly going to be better coming from the Columbus radar. But one way or the other, this storm is clearly rotating. It's spinning like a top, and the Weather Service believes that there is a chance that we might have the circulation down on the ground here. So again, we'll be watching that Skycam that is at Reform Elementary School in Pickens County and watching the various radar displays. In my box, let's put the main graphics box back on here. We'll put Max 1. It is 323. This is ABC 3340. And again, you can see the classic hook shape in through here with that inflow notch right here, and that's the possibility of your tornado right here. The tornado threat is over in Aliceville. I can tell you that right now. These are really accelerating, and the forward motion here is 40 to 45 miles an hour. So if you live in Aliceville, the danger is over from this particular storm. Again, that's coming up on Carrollton. So the next sizable community in the path of this thing is Carrollton. That's the county seat of Pickens County. They're pretty well known for the face in the courthouse window that never goes away. But people know that. And clearly, if you're in Carrollton, you should be sheltered right now. And again, we stress no cars. A car in a tornado is basically a death trap. You want to be out of cars, out of mobile homes. As part of your tornado plan, if you live in a mobile home, you have to have a place to go and a way to get there quickly. And again, in many cases like this, we can't give you the big lead times like we can in spring. In some cases, with the strong, violent tornadoes of spring and late fall, you might get 40 minutes notice. For these things, if you get 5 minutes, you're lucky. Charles, these are very problematic to deal with, but I think the Weather Service was right. Out of all the circulations, and again, almost all these showers have been rotating today, and you just can't issue a tornado warning for all of them because most of them don't have tornadoes, but I think they sure made the right call on this one, and that we had a pretty tight circulation. It might be a smidgen broader right now, but again, clearly, this is a dangerous storm that requires action. So if you live anywhere on that Highway 17 stretch now, from Carrollton to Reform, you want to be in a safe place. That is in a site-built structure that is a small room on the lowest floor near the center and away from windows. This will be passing very quickly north of US 82 within about 15 minutes and moving up into either the southern part of Lamar or the southwestern part of Fayette counties. And again, Millport, Kennedy, and Belk, those are three communities that would be in the path of this if it maintains its current strength. So again, we are here because of this. We'll stay with this as long as we have a tornado warning. And again, it's scheduled to continue until 4 o'clock this afternoon. We'll just have to wait and see. We have not had any ground truth reports. And again, we're watching all of the social media channels. And one of the great things about today's communication techniques is that we can get photographs basically from anywhere. And we've got a lot of people that watch us in Pickens County. And again, we have not had any reports so far. So that is the storm in Pickens County. Charles, I want to look at the storm coming into Bibb County. The Weather Service is watching rotation with this one. This is fairly broad. There is no tornado warning in effect here. But it's this cell right here. The Weather Service is watching this. You've got Centerville and Brent right here. This is Brent. The This is Centerville. Of course, the river kind of splits the two cities. And that storm is rotating, but it's fairly broad, and the Weather Service.
All right, I'm out. Peace.